Long-term effects. Persevering pesticides such as DDT can remain in the ocean for a long time. It will keep poisoning organisms and potentially us when we consume seafood contaminated with DDT. So the concept behind this would be bioaccumulation and biomagnification. What bioaccumulation is basically an organism consuming more DDT than it can break down. As a result, DDT accumulates in its tissues, and if we eat this organism, then we're going to absorb all of these DDT in their tissue through a concept called biomagnification. The idea behind this is DDT can be found in trace amounts in ocean water, and these trace amounts will be picked up by smaller organisms that eat on a lower trophic level, and these organisms will go on with their lives eating the DDT, and it'll build up in their tissues, while a larger organisms on a higher trophic level will actually eat these lower organisms and absorb the DDT they already have. Now, this link goes on until it finally reaches us, which, as you can see, a lot of DDT will build up, and that will become a problem. Second, algal blooms are followed by the formation of large hypoxic zones that deprive an entire area of most oceanic life because of the decrease in the oxygen in the water. This decreases the amount of area organisms are allowed to travel in and severely disturbs organisms. So the problem with decreasing the amount of area that organisms have to move around in is we actually decrease the amount of area that's able to sustain them. This also means less organisms are able to sort of live out in the wild, which can be a serious problem. And obviously, if you have an entire area that's dead, well, there's no more ecosystem in that area. Third, an increase in turbidity of coastal ecosystems due to agriculture results in the gradual death of many essential producers, such as a coral reef, due to a decrease in the amount of sunlight they receive. This results in the loss of an entire coastal ecosystem due to the coral being an essential component, providing food and shelter for most of the organisms. So what turbidity is it's basically the clearness of the water, and increased turbidity may result from agricultural land erosion. So basically land that has been eroded from a farmland and carried over to the ocean. So what this does is it actually blocks out the sunlight, and coral organisms aren't able to harness the sunlight that they need, and as a result they die. And as a result of that, your other organisms will die because there's no more